Knock at the Cabin is the brand new M. Night Shyamalan film starring Dave Bautista, Jonathan Groff, Ben Aldridge, and a few other people. This film tells the story of a family who is broken into in their cabin by 4 people, and they are given a very life-threatening and intense choice to make. And I was super excited for the film because I am a huge M. Night Shyamalan fan. Now, I have not seen all of his movies, but Unbreakable and Signs are 2 of my favorite movies of all time. I love The Sixth Sense. The Village is okay. Split is amazing. And Glass is good, except the third act kind of takes away from that. And I haven't seen Old yet, and I haven't seen the worst ones, except for The Happening, which is hilarious. But I'm a big Shyamalan fan. So anytime, I guess from now on, because I didn't see Old, but anytime he has a film, I'm excited to see it. And this one looked very promising. We have a great cast here. I love Jonathan Groff because I'm a huge Hamilton fan. I love Dave Bautista, not only as an actor, but also as a person. He is just a great person. And we have a brilliant, in my mind, director behind it with an interesting story. And now we have Knock at the Cabin. So I saw this film in town tonight. Again, as I went into it, I was very excited. It wasn't like a packed theater or anything, but there was probably 10-ish people, other people, maybe 8 to 10 other people in there. And I was interested to see if this was going to be more of a thriller, more horror and stuff like that. And the most I can say is this is a very tight and compact thriller, and I really enjoyed it. I think Shyamalan really nailed it once again because a lot of it came down to his direction, which I want to dive into maybe in a different video, maybe in a short or something like that. There's one technique he uses here, which seems so simple, but is so brilliant. I feel like so many amateurs and just directors in general, people in general, forget about that he does so well here that really holds the tension of this film, because that's really what it all depends on, is this decision that this family has to make and how that relates to the other people, the 4 that broke in and stuff like that. And it's just so well done, so well shown. It is such a well shot movie, and I think Shyamalan just did a really great job here. Of course, he co-wrote it and directed it, all that fun stuff, produced it, all that jazz. But we also have some great characters here. So I'd say the main character, it's hard to say, but Dave Bautista is definitely one of the big ones, because not only is he a big name actor, but it's really him once again proving that he can do anything. And of course I love him in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's great in Blade Runner at 2049, and he's great in Knives Out, or Glass Onion, Knives Out Mystery, all that stuff. But him taking on one of, if not the most leading role here, was something I was really interested to see. And I think he just did a fantastic job. You really get attached to his character when you find out more about him. I don't know how much the trailer says, so I'm not going to say anything, but there is stuff about him that makes his character so much more interesting. And you also have the 3 others that break in with him, one of those being Rupert Grint, who is Ron Weasley from Harry Potter. So I haven't seen him in, I don't think, any movies since Deathly Hallows Part 2, so that was pretty nice to see. And the connection between those characters and why they're there and the reasoning behind it is something I won't go into, but I just found it so interesting, and the way that it conflicts with the family and how that all is just dealt with, I think is really great. Some things about it people may not like, but it's something that worked for me. And of course, seeing Jonathan Groff here was just really great. I don't see him in a lot of movies, and as I said, I am a huge Hamilton fan, so it's always nice to see him here. I thought he did a great job. And same with Ben Aldridge, an actor that, when I say that name, it sounds familiar, but I'm not 100% sure what I've seen him in. I thought they were great. Also, the young kid who is in this movie. I think there's something about Shyamalan and his direction that really brings out great performances in young kids, obviously with films like The Sixth Sense and Signs and stuff like that. He somehow always brings out really great performances. I thought she did a great job. But what this film really came down to was the plot and how well the story flowed, and also the characters. And I think it was just super well written. There were a few times where it did kind of stretch I don't want to go into spoilers, but stretch parts of the plot. And that's really all I'll say. And I was like, okay, maybe we didn't have to push it that far. And maybe there was, I'm not even kidding, probably like 5 to 8 minutes where there was a little gap between certain big points in the movie where it wasn't as interesting, but that is me searching for problems, because this movie is so great, and I think that you all should see it in the theater. I think it'd be probably better with a bigger audience because of some of the moments. You know, it's an M. Night Shyamalan film, so you can expect certain things, but I just think he did a great job here. This is a movie that I was really excited for. So far, out of the two 2023 movies I've seen, this is by far the best one, because the other one's Megan. I have a reaction to that. It'll be linked up above somewhere. But if you are a fan of Shyamalan, then I think that you will really enjoy this. And even if you're not, it isn't like the most Shyamalan film ever. And I know I always mention that, but it's because he's a very controversial director. Some people love him, some people hate him. I really love him as a director and writer and all that stuff. So I really enjoyed this film. I think it's really, really great. Knock at the Cabin is another Shyamalan hit. Dave Bautista leads this film with such power, but is met so well with the performances by Jonathan Groff and Ben Aldridge. M. Night's secretive direction helps add to the tight tension of this one. Do not miss it in theaters. I'm going to give Knock at the Cabin a 4 out of 5. This will be one that, as it is with most Shyamalan films, watching it for the second time for different reasons than you would expect, I'm interested in, because the film wisely puts thoughts even in your own head. Did I see this? Did I not see this? Did I miss this? Like all that kind of stuff, which I'm really excited to see again. I won't see it again in theaters, but when it comes out, I will probably buy it once it drops in price. I'm a big Shyamalan fan, so this will be really exciting. But if you've seen Knock at the Cabin, let me know what you think of it down below, and if you are planning to see it, also let me know, and let me know what your favorite M. Night Shyamalan film is. For me, it's definitely Unbreakable or Signs. It goes between those two. I think they are both masterpieces, but thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time. Over and out.